After a period in quarantine, the second stage is the indoor nursery. The orangutans are kept in the safety of enclosures at night, but during the day they are taken outside into large exercise areas. Here, they get to know their fellow orphans and are taught the skills they would have learnt from their mother, who would typically spend up to 8 years rearing and teaching her offspring the skills necessary to survive independently in the forest. The two most important being climbing and foraging.
The young orphans here get a chance to experience the foliage that are surrounding the trees. Are they there to be eaten? Are they there to be played with? It's wonderful to see them making such progress. When they first arrive and they're so frightened and they're so timid, to seeing them now, they look confident. They know how to cope with moving about. They're not worried by the sounds. It's all becoming familiar to them.
It's a steep learning curve. Some develop quicker than others. Many are more cautious and timid. To help overcome their fears, the centre developed the buddy system, which encourages them to pair up with a more experienced youngster whom they can learn from.
So now you can see these two working really well together. The older one's just come down to pick some ginger leaves. So the younger one automatically is thinking, oh, she's eating that, so comes down and follows her example. Their mothers would have taught them which plants they can eat, and so the same thing is happening, except the mother is being replaced by the slightly older orangutan, and eventually end up being able to care for themselves in the wild.
To enable the vets to diagnose and treat illness and injuries quickly, Orangutan Appeal UK has equipped the centre with an X-ray machine.
Just be careful, anak.
This young adult male called Tiger, who is suffering from respiratory problems, will be one of the first to benefit from this facility. Following his rehabilitation at Sepilok, Tiger had been released into the protected reserves surrounding the centre. But conflict with larger males meant he had to be returned to the veterinary care at the clinic.
Okay, so now kepala sini, kaki sini.
Now the team want to re-release him further away, but first he has to be given a clean bill of health.
Okay, sini saja kau fokus. Okay, kau boleh turun.
What do you think, Dr. Paki? Do you think his chest is clear?
For me, it looks inflamed.
It's really crucial that we get a good result from these x-rays because we can't allow Tiger to go free if he has some problems. Everybody's on edge because they so want to be allowed to release Tiger back to the wild, but unless it's perfect, we can't let him go.
He just has a bit grade of pneumonia.
Oh, right.
We will probably discuss this further with the vets and share these pictures and see what they think, because it has to be a decision that we all make together.
Situations like this are commonplace here, as the team of vets battle to keep these wild animals safe and healthy. A decision on Tiger's future will have to wait for another day. When an orangutan shows signs they can progress to the next stage in their rehabilitation, they are released to the outdoor nursery. What they learn and achieve here is critical. The rangers maintain a strict hands-off approach, letting them explore the nearby forest and fight their own battles when challenged by other orangutans.
This is where they have to experience tough love. When they go off into the wild, are not going to have anybody there to help them. And they've got to learn now, because if they don't, they just won't make it.
Rangers keep a sharp eye out to keep orangutans off the ground. In the wild, this is where parasites, disease, and predators lurk. Here, you need to be cruel to be kind. As they become more independent and confident, food is moved to other platforms, gradually encouraging them to live deeper in the reserve. Eventually, food and emotional support is reduced. They have to rely on their climbing skills and natural instinct. They also start to leave their playmates at the outdoor nursery and begin sleeping in the forest, building nests each evening. It may still be many weeks before they make their own way to the main feeding platform at the edge of the reserve. Orangutans are solitary in the wild, and they only usually come together for mating or when a large tree is in fruit. They are primarily vegetarian, with a diet of over 200 types of food, including fruit, leaves, and bark. The orphans' foraging skills will be put to the test. Some return to the platform for food for the rest of their lives. Others never need to come back. Rehabilitated mothers who now have babies are also able to come to the feeding platform for additional food. What we have here behind me is something really special. A pregnant female has come to the feeding platform to supplement her diet with essential vitamins and minerals, which is exactly what it's for. So hopefully she will go on to have a very healthy and wild orangutan. The feeding platform also attracts other forest dwellers. This introduces the orangutans to the various threats they will experience in the wild. We've got a bit of a situation developing. The lone female has been set upon by a troop of macaques, which can be quite a dangerous situation. There are so many macaques and she's outnumbered. She's made a strategic move to keep a safe distance and move further into the forest. All this is fantastic learning experience for her, so she knows she has to be cautious and keep her distance. So it puts her in good stead for the future.
Conservation is a team effort, and the more people that learn about what we do, the more we can help. So please do consider sharing this video with your friends and family. And if you'd like to help a little bit more, one of the best ways of doing so is by adopting one of our baby orphaned orangutans. We currently have 6 available for adoption. There's Archie, Tomby, Betty, Canyon, Nami, and Zorro. And if you'd like to learn any more about these mischievous youngsters, about orangutans in general, or about the charity, you can visit our website or give us a call and we'll have a chat. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions. But for now, from one ape to another, thank you for watching and goodbye.